Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
To honor America and respect those currently serving and those who have served our country to defend the freedoms that we enjoy. Would you please stand if you are able and don't remove your hat? So playing the national anthem to start the annual dinner.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove. Saber Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Back into left field. Say goodnight to that baseball.
And there's another one. It's back to back jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. Needs a point, and it's alive. Hanson pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable.
The Storms have made way for what looks to be one of the best OHSAA soccer games this season in the entire state of Ohio. It's a rematch of last year's OHSAA regional semifinal. It's the Revere Minutemen on the Marlington Dukes as you are watching OHSAA soccer on SmeeSports in partnership with Skyward Studios. Hello everyone, Nathan Smee on the call for you tonight live from Revere High School in Richfield. About an hour delay, the JV game ended with 7 minutes on the clock due to the storms. Then, downpoured for a while. We lost the corner flags for a few minutes. Then, about an hour later, it clears. We get to around 7:30, the players take the field, and here we are, a minute before 8 p.m., ready to get this game going in an official prime time slot. Marlington 2-0 on the season, a really good start to the campaign for them. As for Revere, a tough 2-1 loss to Brecksville their last time out, looking to make amends tonight before they take on a giant killer, so to speak, in Twinsburg on Tuesday. Of course, Twinsburg just took out St. Ignatius at their first game at Wamser Field in nearly 3 years. So a big chip on Revere's shoulder going into Tuesday, but the focus is tonight as this one is played out by Turner Hoffman. This Marlington team at full strength tonight. Of course, in between the posts, you're going to have to talk a lot about Brock Swisher. I would say the best goalkeeper in Marlington history. So far this season, only 5 saves, but hasn't allowed a goal yet this campaign. The lone goal that Marlington has allowed, it came in stoppage time on a rocket from Lake in their last game. But by that point, the starters, including Brock Swisher, were already out of the game for a fair amount of time. Worley places one up the wing, picks up Druschel. Druschel, the key player to look at tonight for Revere, and his first involvement will take this one by the byline and out of play for a Marlington goal kick. And for the first time tonight, we will feature the boot of Brock Swisher. You talk about a player who is breaking every possible record and is going to be up in lights at some point in his time as a Marlington legend, whether it be while still being a student or after graduating as a part of the class of 2027. He is one of those guys that Marlington fans will not forget anytime soon. But for Revere, a lot on the line for them tonight. You lose this one, you're below 500. And that doesn't happen all too often around these parts. Frederick played down the near wing. Heavy touch up the flank. Just needs to win the foot race. But Horak able to see this one through. It's going to go out of play. And it'll be a goal kick for the Revere Minutemen. It'll be David Kelly in between the posts, just like Brock Swisher. 5 saves on the season so far in 2 games. It just shows how strong both defenses are. That'll be a big talking point tonight. Both defenses really strong last season, including this year. Revere allowed 1.15 goals per game last season. Marlington, 0.59. This season, Revere allowing 1 goal a game. Marlington, 0.5. So just like in games past, 1-1, 0-0. I wouldn't be surprised to see either of those be the final result. If there is a winner tonight, I might be a little bit surprised. On the vote that we put on our story, I believe 75% went with Marlington to win this one. We did have one person go with a draw, which, in my opinion, is not too shabby of a prediction. The Dukes fighting their way in. It's Stanilla. He'll force this one out of play, and it'll be the game's first corner. But Armani Stanilla last season, 2 goals, 2 assists. He turns over to his senior season through 2 games, has 3 goals and 2 assists, including a masterful strike with the outside of his boot in the 4-0 win over Poland last Saturday. Armani Stanilla has taken a big step up this season, but in talking to this coaching staff and this Marlington team, they know it's going to be a full team effort this year. Tate plays in the corner, chested outside the 18-yard box to Worley, and Revere looks to catch the Dukes on the counter, played up the wing for Druschel. Just way too much power behind it. It's Caleb Schumacher, the reigning EBC Player of the Year, booting it off of Revere. And Swisher will bounce this one up to himself and take it in. But Schumacher, first team all-region, all-state, EBC, all-district, Stark County, and he was the EBC Player of the Year last year. Plenty of accolades for a center back who was outstanding. 2 goals, 3 assists last season, now a captain for a reason. He mans this defense, and as we've talked about with Marlington, they have a star player in all 4 parts of the pitch. Goalkeeping, defense, midfield, and attack. It'll be tough for Revere to break that down, but definitely possible. Cowden clears this one, tries to pick up Frederick, but it'll roll right back to the senior shot stopper, David Kennedy. If these 2 teams do play each other next year, a lot of these guys playing tonight will not be in that game due to graduation. So I feel like this is going to be the best test to which program has built up the best over the past 5 seasons, as this is pretty much 2 peak classes for Marlington and Revere. You go back to Marlington last year, their biggest concern was losing depth. One of the key pieces that I assume we will see off the bench tonight, and Tyler Clauser has stepped up so far this season. But other guys will have to do the same exact thing if they want to keep pace with the rest of the guys going into next season even. Hoffman able to clear right back to the Minutemen. Heavy touch. Shannon got a piece of it. And back in the midfield it goes. Tate for Shannon. And again, intercepted. I do expect to see some sloppier passes tonight due to the wetness of the turf. Again, the turf started to semi-flood at around 6:50 today. The storm's that heavy. The pitch has dried up quite nicely. The drainage system here at Revere is top tier. Most fields would not be playable at this point. I know Marlington Soccer Complex, they might not be able to play there on Sunday for the girls' game, or Monday rather, as this one will find Kennedy's arms. But I'd kind of be surprised if they do play the game there and not at the stadium. Numbers getting forward for the Marlington Dukes, just played behind Stanilla. To the top for Aiden Tates. Heavy deflection goes towards the corner flag. It's Shannon. Cross blocked and out of play. A strong tackle and challenge from Revere. They'll get the throw in. Expect to see this kind of defense from Revere all night. That was Yakush Kalkarni. And he'll throw this one back in. Revere just driving through this defense. Jacob tries playing this one forward. Schumacher can't get it cleanly. Up to Druschel. Numbers getting forward for the Minutemen on that great turn. Still Druschel. He'll draw the contact. And it's a free kick for the Minutemen in a prime spot. That's how you set the counterattack. This defense is doing everything right so far for Revere. And now a chance for one of their talisman to step over one around 10 yards outside the 18-yard box to try and drill one in. What an opportunity this is for the Minutemen with 33:45 on the clock. And the wall blocks it. A strong setup from Marlington's wall. Nothing getting by them. Kulkarni playing this one out wide. And Marlington takes it back. Shannon heavy touch. Loses it back to Kulkarni. And Revere is back on the prowl. Jane dispossessed. It's Tate. 33:25 left to play in this first half. Shannon heavy boot up the pitch. Kennedy off his line. And he'll make sure this one rolls to a good spot for him. And that'll be out of play. So once again, a Revere throw as it'll be Max Horak. 7 goals, 4 assists in 2025. Looking to find his first goal contribution of the season tonight. And if he does, this would be the game to make it happen. Again, one of the only games happening at this point and one of the biggest games in the state this season. It's a playoff game right before school starts for both schools. You don't see that all too often in OHSAA soccer. Another chance. Druschel plays it out towards the wing. And there's the great challenge from Schumacher. His composure with a slide tackle is one of the best in the area. Some pros struggle with that tackle. I got Marlington a little too aggressive. They will give up the foul. It'll be a quick play into the 18-yard box. Headed out. And the Dukes are able to clear it for the time being. Kulkarni. Heavy touch out to the wing. Back to Kulkarni. Try stringing it through. Hoffman able to clear, but still with the Minutemen. Playing a nice high line, very similar to what we saw out of the U.S. in the Paraguay game at the World Cup. Just a high line, never really sat back at any point and brought the pressure until at some point Paraguay broke. And in fact, they broke 4 times in that game. I would say that's the best that team looked all World Cup. And if Revere can pretty much mimic that system here, I think they will have a lot of success in this game. And I do believe number 26, which was not on the varsity roster, is Daniel Henson. But we will try to get confirmation of that at the half. If so, a quick promotion from the JV roster. which, again, at a school like Revere, which is a true soccer school, that would be quite impressive. It'll be Carl Carney to throw this one in. Druschel on the wing. And again, it's out of play. Strong defense from Deegan Cowden. But this back line of Marlington, they work so well together. You only bring in Hoffman. That's the only replacement that you have from last season. You bring those three guys back, you have the same exact midfield. The back 2/3 of the pitch look pretty much the same as they did a year ago, which is huge. But for Revere, they will have a free kick in a good spot. 9 minutes into this match. Beautiful ball going towards the back post, headed down, still there for the Minutemen. But Marlington's defense just too strong as Talon Siders is able to clear this one away. Again, another great sign of this Marlington team showing their true defensive colors. Don't expect to score too many goals on this Marlington team this season. A couple of games, yes, last year they did allow a few goals, but over the past 2 seasons, meaning last year and the 2 games and change so far this year, Brock Swisher has allowed 13 total goals. And I believe 2 of them came against Mogador Field in a 3-2 win, which we will have the reverse fixture at home for Marlington in October. Schumacher, another great challenge, and this one rolls away from Druschel. It'll be a Revere throw-in. But again, I really like the pressure that we're seeing from the Minutemen. The question is, will they have the legs to keep it up for the entire 80, or will eventually Marlington be able to work the ball out of their defensive area and force Revere to play a more defensive style of football? That's the question, and this could be their opportunity as it goes out. And I believe this should be a throw-in just around the corner flag for Marlington. Of course, you want to give the ball here to Brock Swisher, as he has been excellent in getting the ball upfield and building attacks from the goalkeeping position. And quickly, Klossner comes into the game just 10 minutes in. Riley Shannon will take a seat. 2 goals so far this season for Riley Shannon. Has won in each of the 2 games so far this season for the Marlington Dukes. Kulkarni has this one towards the 18-yard box. Numbers getting forward. Jane has to cut this one on back, and it's intercepted. Siders gets a piece of it. Hoffman goes for it on the near side. It's going to roll out of play. And it will stay with Revere, and actually that was Deegan Cowden going for it. And Revere, they're wasting no time getting back to it. Kulkarni dispossessed. And Cowden again plays it up the wing back to Revere. Even when they lose possession, they get it back so quick. That's the beauty of playing this high line. You look at where their 4 defenders are. Except for this little portion, they have been above the 40 for pretty much the entire game so far. And they still have everybody above the 25-yard line. It just goes to show how strong this team is playing together. And a lot of that goes down to Revere's youth system, one of the best in the area. I would say you compare it with Bay Village. Both of them, they know how to build through their youth, and they bring those guys up to the varsity level, and they dominate. Strong defense. Hoffman seals the edge. Kaufman clears. Not a bad idea, though, from Worley. 1 goal, 1 assist so far this season after scoring 3 in 2025. Of course, Revere, one really strong offensive performance, a 10-0 demolition of Akron Firestone to begin the season. If they can emulate that goal-scoring ability tonight, they would not mind that one bit. They're getting the opportunities, but Marlington's defense, at least for now, has held up. In the center, it's Jacob. And again, back to the Dukes. I'm going to keep saying it until Marlington breaks out of it. As long as Revere gets to play this high line, nothing is really going to happen. Well, that's something. That ball almost flew over the visiting stands. But in terms of building an attack, if Revere plays this high line for 80 minutes, I can pretty much pencil in a 0 for Marlington. Because you really cannot break it. And Paraguay, they only broke it when the United States made some subs in that game. Which, if it's 0-0, Marlington and Revere will both keep their starters in as long as they can. So that's the key early on. Marlington needs to find a way to break this press. And this might be it. Beautiful play up the wing. It's Klossner. Numbers getting forward for really the first time tonight. And now it's Frederick in support on the wing. He'll get it. Good movement here for the Marlington Dukes. Squared inside the 18-yard box, but nobody home. A little bit too far behind Iden Tate. But a good incisive run from Frederick. Got it perfectly from Klossner. We need to see more of that from Marlington if this offense is to kick it into high gear at some point. And this might be their opportunity again. Tate on the give and go with Frederick. Just too strong. but throws in a shoulder and deflects it. Stanilla going for the trap. Strong header. This time inside the 18-yard box. Settling at the top. And a good last-ditch clear to Talon Siders. Now Marlington can play their high line. Good adjustments from this Marlington team. Again, you made one sub. Kloster already making an impact in this game. Kulkarni clears it. Not strong enough, but that one is. Otherwise, Kloster was right there with a one-on-one opportunity against Kennedy. This Marlington team starting to find their footing. Hoffman. Siders. Out to Iden Tate. Cowden chips this one. Beautiful ball in, just too far behind Frederick for him to get back to. And I think either way, the offside flag does go up. Now, I will say, Andy Frederick is one of those strikers that if you get the ball anywhere near his feet, he can control it better than most. He'll find a way to take that ball down, take a touch, and shoot from distance or close up. Had 8 goal contributions last year, 5 goals, 3 assists. So far, 3 goals in 2026. He is just the prototypical big-bodied number 9. Wearing number 2, of course, or 22, of course, but typical number 9, that poacher. And if he can play that role this season for Marlington, they will have a lot of offensive success. I think height-wise, you're thinking of a slightly shorter but more physical version of Peter Crouch in his prime in the Premier League. And that's a good comparison for him. And I think if he can play like that, Marlington will definitely take it. Frederick in on the far wing, numbers getting forward. It'll be Stanilla and Kloster in the 18-yard box. It's played for Stanilla. Won't get there quick enough. And Revere again is able to clear their lines. But Marlington not done yet with their pressure. Stanilla back for Siders. 24:40 left to play in this first half as Revere takes this one back. Worley up the wing, tries to pick up Druschel. Whistle blows. And this one will go back to the Marlington Dukes. So far this season, we have seen a few exciting OHSAA soccer games. Marlington last week, a 4-0 win over Poland. Then the 3-2 thriller with Annie Haller's brace being enough to see St. V's over Holy Name. Then on Tuesday, Alliance a 2-0 win over Streetsboro. Then on Thursday, a clear-cut 3-0 win for Valley Forge over Holy Name. And that's what we've seen so far this season. But next week, we will have 4 OHSAA soccer games and 1 NJCAA soccer game with Tri-C. So plenty of soccer coming up to close out this month of August. And hopefully less Man United football after seeing their performance this morning. That was terrible. And I know it's a running joke here on the channel that I'm a Man U fan and I support them. Today's performance was shambolic. It was terrible. So hopefully this one is going to go a lot better. Druschel, he's in the 18-yard box. Swisher off his line, picks it up. But one of the only mistakes that we have seen this Marlington team make defensively this season, it doesn't happen like that all too often. Eiler able to step up on the far side, plays it to the edge of the 18, and it's a simple clearance from Marlington. Revere holding their shape well still, but they need to get that press back. Worley tried taking it up the wing, couldn't get it quick enough. And this challenge put to dot play. It's going to be a throw-in for Cowden. And the Dukes, more so than they did against Poland, are making quick subs. I think Coach Calgill understands the new narrative of this game. It's not a simple Saturday night game as it once was heading in. If this was, okay, the 7 o'clock start time that we were supposed to have, this is a slightly different game. Your players were ready to go at 6:15. I think we saw Coach Calgill on the edge of the locker room about 15 times in the hour delay. This Marlington team was antsy to get out there. And to get back in game mode in 15, 20 minutes, it's not that easy. You make a bunch of subs, you figure out who can be a key impact player where, and you run with it in the second half, especially if it's 0-0 at the break. I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of these subs that have come on stay on as this one is shipped into the stands. But it will bounce back down to the pitch. I've never seen that happen twice in a game. And now, granted, with Alliance and Marlington, their home stadiums are not really allowing that to happen. But here in a true football stadium, it does. Marlington able to get a touch on this one. Tate to the edge of the 18-yard box. Beautiful through ball, just too strong. As Kulkarni clears it away for a Marlington throw. But the fans getting involved in this game early and often in a way that I don't think they really expected. And nor should they expect either. This one crossed in, and I believe it hits off the football uprights. Not a bad look, but just too far behind, and it'll be a goal kick for David Kennedy and Revere. But again, coming up later this week, Monday at 6, it'll be Marlington Girls Soccer taking on Southeast Ravenna. As of right now, that game's at the Marlington Soccer Complex. Don't be surprised if we are at Duke Stadium, though. Especially if it rained that bad down in Stark County. That field might not be playable. Worley on the near wing takes this one inside the 18-yard box. Worley is in, and his shot is off the upright of the football field and out for a Brock Swisher goal kick. You can see his frustration, but not a bad look for him. But unlike Man U this morning, Marlington's defense did something right. They played him goal side. I know when I played, whether it be my dad coaching or whoever it was, I would say Coach John Phoenix specifically, it was drilled into us, especially on set pieces, to play the defender goal side. Be closer to the post. You cannot allow them to get a free header in because you're out of position. Or in this case, you can't allow them to cut it back in and have a really good look against Brock Swisher because you're out of position. I don't think it comes as any surprise, though, to say another nice play from the Marlington Dukes defense. They know how to work as a unit, and that's why they've been so successful over the past 5 seasons, and even beyond that, as they have won 9 of the last 10 conference titles. Of course, some of those dating back to the old NBC days, opposed to just the Eastern Buckeye Conference, which will be dissolving most likely at the end of the 27-28 school year, as you will have Marlington, Minerva, and Carrollton joining their own conference. And I believe Alliance still deciding where they're going up next. Kaiser up the wing, but too far in, and Revere is easily able to clear. Worley gets a touch on it, tries to find Bingham. Tate gets there, but first a foul against Revere. It'll be a free kick for Marlington. It'll be Talon Siders stepping up. Typically, it's either Siders or Aiden Tate. Further back, Siders. If it's within shooting range, 9 times out of 10, it would be Aiden Tate stepping over it. Siders, beautiful ball in. Kennedy, sure hands. To be fair, I guess that was his shooting range. I don't think that was his intent. I think he just wanted to put that ball inside the 18 and let something happen. Druschel up the wing. Marlington getting caught out at the back after that collision. Druschel played in. He overruns it. And Marlington clears. I think Revere wanted something. Depending on where he was, that could have been a penalty. But I think he just kind of got tripped up under his own shoes. So that's the right call. But Marlington, that collision could have been catastrophic against a team like Revere. And I'm not saying there are teams on their schedule that if you do that, you're not going to get caught out at the back. But in this stretch of the schedule, you look at their next couple of games, Highland, Ursuline, Salem, Howland, and Carrollton. 3 of those 5 teams are going to be giving you one heck of a run for your money. Ursuline is going to be good. Carrollton's the outlier. You can't have that happen in the majority of your next 5 games. And then beyond that, of course, you have some tough games against the likes of Glen Oak to close out your season, along with Mogador, Field, and Copley. But a good response from this team. Cowden able to clear up the wing. Kaiser chests it down. Shannon gets a boot on it. And it's a foot race to get to this one. Horak there first. He'll put it out of play for a Marlington throw. And that was the right move for him. Of course, momentum, it's putting him in a spot to play it out for a corner. Able to turn his body just in time. And instead of giving up a corner, gives up a throw. A high IQ play for him. 17:45 and counting left to go in the first half. Still scoreless, and both teams looking for really one of their first opportunities to score. Throw into the 18-yard box. Loose ball settling for Marlington. But no one can get on it quite yet. Shannon fighting for it. Gets a piece of it. And Colcarney has to boot it away again. The pressure is still there. And Marlington's pressure is not going to let up anytime soon. Tate to the center, intercepted. And here comes Revere on the counter. Plenty of numbers getting forward. On the near side, played towards Worley. And it'll be Hoffman stepping up. This one booted out of play, and it goes back to Revere. But another example of this defense stepping up. He leaves the back 4, makes it a back 3 for a second, steps up, boots the ball away, gets back into position. A job well done by this defense. We can't necessarily hear it up here right now, but there has to be plenty of talking going on down there. And if there's not, they know it has to change. Kaiser plays it center. Iden Tate thinks about it. Still hesitating. Now out wide back to Kaiser. A dangerous opportunity for Marlington. In the center for Smith. Just a heavy touch. And it's booted away by Young. It'll be a Marlington throw on the far side, but Iden Tate just hesitated too long. Had a good look for it, too. Just didn't pull the trigger in time. And Revere able to get it back off of Stanilla's boots. But right back to Marlington. Their pressure still relentless. Overlapping run inside the 18. Loose and booted away again by Horak. Marlington just still trying to find ways to put this one inside the 18. Crossed in. Kaiser not there. And you saw Shannon making that run too. Couldn't get there quick enough either. But it'll stay with the Dukes. Going back to the first 10 minutes, it was all Revere's offense. The last 10, all Marlington's. But expect this to happen from here on out. Just back and forth play. It's what happens when you put two great teams up against each other. Played off at the top of the 18-yard box. Booted back. And now Schumacher once again coming up with a challenge. And they will play on. Settles at the top. Smith has the space. Iden Tate chips this one in into no man's land. Kaiser the closest Duke. Not there in time either. Hoffman gets ahead on it. Siders gets tripped up. Now on the far side it falls for Jacob. But can't control it cleanly. But again, we have seen a lot of sloppier plays tonight from both teams. I think a lot of it is you hear the footsteps in the back of your mind, especially against a team of, in Revere's case, Marlington's quality, and then vice versa when talking about them. You know they can make every play that you dread in practice. And you expect them to make every play that you dread in practice. You just don't want to be the guy to get caught out at the back, and that's where these mistakes can come in. It's not complacency at all. It's just two teams trying to tactically outclass the other, which doesn't happen all too often in a matchup like this early in the season. Bingham. Finding space, tries chipping his winger on, can't find him. And now this one will roll out to the wing. Tate had a piece of it, but not strong enough. Jacob trying to cut this one back in. Plays it central. Good movement here for the Revere Minutemen. Can they get their opportunity? Back out wide. Jacob on the edge of the 18. Cuts it down low. Has the space. Chips it in. And Marlington pokes it to the edge of the 18. And this time, a sure boot. Now down to 14 minutes on the clock in this first half. And as expected, a really good back and forth battle that has given us no indication as to which way it'll lean. When it's all said and done, I'm still kind of in the camp of thinking it will end in a draw until we're proven otherwise. Kulkarni. And a clear trip in the center of the pitch. Just too strong of a challenge from Cowden. Got a little too excited there. Ran too far ahead. I think he kind of lost his footing. That was the main issue. But either way, a free kick incoming for Revere. Those are fouls that you cannot give up, especially knowing that if you do that later on in the game, odds are you will get a card. It's not chippy yet, but if it does get chippy, things like that are going to be policed a lot heavier by this crew. And I wouldn't be surprised if we do get to that point. But for now, we won't. Frederick on the wing. Back central for Iden Tate. Runs being made now by the Dukes. Out wide, Cowden. Smith. Out wide, Iden Tate again. Numbers getting forward. Off Stanilla's backside. Now Shannon on the near side. Takes it in the 18. Strong challenge from Revere. And they get this one out of their own 18-yard box. An excellent challenge by the Minutemen. And Marlington is back to the drawing board. Cowden. Changing field, and it's a clear foul on the far side now. That's pretty much what Cowden did moments ago. It's a mistake that you won't see later on in the season. It'll still be Talon Siders' free kick. I think a little bit closer you put Iden Tate on it. But this one will probably be more of a cross than the first one was. Especially if you can find Andy Frederick on a header. That might be your way to get on the board here. That's what I would shoot for. Find his head, and you'll find success. And it's just a bit shy. It's loose and put wide. They were going for Frederick. Almost fell to Shannon. but just wide, and you can hear the big gasp below us. It'll be a Revere goal kick, and they might be lucky to still be at 0-0. I mean, that was a great free kick. Talentsiders played it perfectly. Now Kennedy and company get back to work, as that might be a wake-up call for them. It'll have to be. But just goes to show you how quick a game can turn on its head. Bingham, dispossessed again in the midfield, strong box outs. And I think now the whistle blows, it'll be a free kick. That's better than the alternative that we saw. But again, I feel like, especially as we see more of these quote-unquote chippy challenges, a lot more is going to be called in this game. For better or for worse. I think that's how this officiating crew has lined it up. Beautiful free kick inside the 18, right to Kennedy. And now we will have a yellow card. Is that going to be on Frederick here? I'm going to guess something happened going for the ball in the 18. Let's see it back on the replay. If he impeded with the goalie, then of course that should be a yellow. So let's see here. Ooh. I think the issue is he stopped and then put his hands on the goalie's back. Which I think he was still stopping himself, but you can't do that. That could be easily misconstrued, so seeing it back on the replay, I understand why Frederick does get booked. Is it a light call? Yes. In this game's context, should it be called? Yes. Shannon thought about passing it to Klossner, says instead, I'll take it myself. Smith on the top of the 18. He goes down, can't get it cleanly. Back to Bingham and Revere. Final 10 minutes of this first half, 30 minutes in, and still no breaking point for either team. But once again, you are watching OHSAA Soccer on SmeeSports in partnership with Skyward Studios. Another great game to begin this so far exciting 26-27 campaign. Klossner just out of his reach. It's out for a Revere throw-in. Back to Bingham. Loses it under his feet, and an accidental back heel from Klossner. Showing his class as Tate puts it out off of a Minuteman. Some of the best plays in this sport are accidental, and I think that was a great example of it. Horak heads it clear. Now towards the center of the park. Smith got a piece of it, but not strong enough to take it off of Eiler. Druschel played on and dispossessed again. As Marlington midfield now stepping up and making plays. Siders just too far ahead of Tate's. Schumacher steps up, gets a piece off of Druschel. It stays with Bingham and the Minutemen. Nice through ball, chipped away. Hoffman got a boot on it. And now Siders will clear it away. That's that tandem, the midfield and the defense working hand in hand. As well, it is Parker Graham ready to come on as a substitute for Revere. Miss hit that time, Bingham. Back to Siders, cleared away. Tate, ooh, a heavy hit. Had the right idea. The clock, at least for now, will continue to run, and now they will stop it. They just want to make sure that Braden Johnson is okay. But that one will always hurt. There's nothing bad about it, but you did hear from up here that... I'm trying to see who it was. I think it was Klossner who called for it off of Iden. But somebody called for it, and, well, he booted it. He's okay. That's the positive sign. I just saw it back on my phone's replay. That did not look pretty. But glad to see he's okay. And this Revere team, you expect nothing less. It's a gritty group that they will put their heels down to the ground, grit through any pain for the entire 80. It's what they do. It's what both teams do. Schumacher just too far in front of him, but he'll slide it out. Again, caught off the back, or actually I believe that was more Miller. But still, that's one that Marlington, again, could have easily been caught out at the back on. Now 7:35 left to go in the first half. Still scoreless. And I would say a lack of opportunities. Beautiful cross. Tries to find Klossner. Can't get it there. Shannon maybe got a piece of it. And Revere again is back on the counter. Bingham cuts it in. Tries to get past Siders, but too much elbow. Free kick Marlington. I think this second half is going to be a little bit chippy. I think we're making our way there. I don't think we're there necessarily. But I feel like all it's going to take is Caleb Schumacher doing what he does best, his strong challenges. It's going to be a 50-50 one. The fans are going to think that it's a foul. Revere is too. It's not going to be called, and that's your turning point. It just feels written in the stars almost. That's going to be a breaking point that makes this game chippy. And that's how good he is as a center back. His challenges look not great up here, but they're all clean for the most part. There are a few outliers. Jane. Back out to the wing, now gets it back. Revere being patient here, not afraid to take their time as well. But Marlington able to win it back. Tates. 6:19 left to go in the first half. On the wing. Back to Tate. Up the wing. Just too strong. It's out of play for a Revere throw-in. Still, the ideas are there. You can't argue that, as it is going to be Bonacuse and Graham subbing in. So a lot of guys that we have seen get the ball plenty in this first half will take a seat. No surprise there. And I feel like considering that we've seen everybody except the goalies pretty equally opposed to that Poland game which we saw last Saturday, it makes sense why the substitutions are being distributed all across the pitch. Klossner chests it down. Changing fields, going far side in the center. It's Smith, has the space, flicks it over Kennedy and in! It's the opener for the Marlington Dukes! 1-0 Marlington! What a hit from Logan Smith! His second goal of this season off the back of an honorable mention all-district performance in 2025. It's a beaut from number 19. Marlington wanted to play this game. They wanted to show their class. And Logan Smith does just that. Now 2 goals, 2 assists on the season. 1-0 Marlington. And with 5:29 left to go in the first half. Last year it took an Aiden Tate penalty to draw level with Revere. This year they play from in front. But this Marlington team knows what they can do. And I think they showed a whole lot of people tonight, albeit in the first 40 minutes, what they can do. And we're not done yet, as this one is whistled dead. We'll do it again. But how about it for Logan Smith? Perfect chip, caught Kennedy off his line. And with the outside of the boot, too. But it was a perfect chip. Just perfect placement all the way around, and the Dukes coming back. We're getting there. Kaiser in the center for Aiden Tate. The Dukes back on the attack. Tate plays it in. Back to the top of the 18 for Kaiser. Wide of the box. And out of play for a Revere goal kick. But this Marlington pressure, relentless over the past 5 minutes. Kaiser gets a foot on it. The Dukes potentially in again. It's Aiden Tate. Kulkarni clears. Tried sealing the edge, tried cutting it back, couldn't do so quick enough. And for Marlington, this is where they play possession-based football for the next 4 minutes and take this one to the halftime break. Or, if you get a good look, make it 2-0 and get your brace. Shannon gets a boot to it, but it's cleared away again. Revere's pressure has been outstanding. Horak goes for it, able to turn around. No one at home to help him. And there is the foul. It'll go on Revere. And are we going to see a card? Yes. Going to be a yellow card on the Minutemen. And I think that'll be on Horak, number 4. So Frederick and Horak with cards in this first half. Once again, we expected it to get a little bit chippy. Maybe not in the first half as much as it has happened. But still, we're seeing it happen. Schumacher, a nice free kick. Played inside the 18, headed on. And well wide out for a Revere goal kick. Oh. They're going to say corner. I thought that came off of a white jersey. I guess not. So another set piece opportunity for the Marlington Dukes. It will be Aiden Tate to take. With 3:05 on the clock, another good chance for the Dukes. They want their brace. That would be a huge boost heading into the break. Tate's corner, headed on. Shannon denied on the goal line. Still in the area, cleared away by Revere. It's a goal line stand for the Minutemen. What a stop. Otherwise, Shannon would have easily made it 2-0. And I think that'll rile up Revere just a little bit. That would have been a perfect set-piece goal. And I'm sure if Marlington scored it, they would even more so say that's why you always practice them. That was Kennedy with the save. Also had a defender behind him. Schumacher almost had a piece of it. If he did, it was a light touch onto Shannon. But still, Revere getting away with one at the end of this first half, but with still 2 minutes on the clock. You never know with these Marlington Dukes. And the Turf Monster is going to claim its first victim. Mr. Cowden kind of got uprighted by the grass. No surprise. It's still very slick down there, I'm sure. Worley. Kulkarni. Schumacher able to clear this one up the pitch. Numbers getting forward on the backside. But a good recovery. If not, Marlington again would have been in. Tate on the wing. Played central. Heavy touch from Shannon. Too heavy. It'll roll right back to Kennedy. And Revere quickly will play out from the back, but too quick. It's another Marlington throw. Now 1:20 on the clock in the first half. Aiden Tate right back to Revere. Revere wants to make it level at the break. Druschel can't get played on. Kulkarni. Right back to Marlington. It's Logan Smith. The goal scorer so far in this one. Worley played on the near side. Easily dispossessed. It's Cowden. Now Smith. Back to Cowden on the wing. 50 seconds now on the clock. Central for Aiden Tate. Beautiful through ball inside the 18 for Frederick. Now Kaiser gets a piece of it. And Revere is again able to get it wide. And just to the edge of the 18-yard box for Kennedy. And now he wants to inspire this offense. 35 seconds left to play in the first half. Tate, beautiful touch on. Numbers still getting forward from Marlington, but they want to reset for one final full push. Especially if they can play their cards right here at the death. Shannon dispossessed back to Revere. Now the Minutemen, they might get one final crack at it to end this first half. Schumacher, he'll sky it towards his bench. It's out of play. The countdown will begin. And Marlington is 5 seconds away from taking this one to the breakup 1-0, which they will do as Schumacher once again will put this one into the stands. What a first 40 minutes it has been at Revere High School. Two Division III juggernauts doing battle. And as we head to break, you are watching OHSAA Soccer on SmeeSports in partnership with Skyward Studios. Your halftime score, Marlington 1, Revere 0.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll will find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.cohut@twfg.com. Cohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Before we get back to the action, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts in the Cleveland or Stark County area, contact us at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. Thank you to the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, CrossFit Strongsville, Kohut Insurance, Heather Prince of Howard Hanna, and of course our streaming sponsors, Skyward Studios, for making today's telecast possible. As we are underway for the second half, Marlington in their road white jerseys, Revere in their home dark blues, as you are watching OHSAA Soccer on SmeeSports in partnership with Skyward Studios. And 15 seconds in, we have a stop. We'll see what this stop is going to be. And is it a card? I mean, he has his yellow card in hand, just really hasn't made any distinction of what it's going to be, and hasn't said anything either. I think it's going to be a free kick for Marlington. That's the base value of this. So my best guess is something was said, and the official was having none of it. The clock did stop at 39:26, so it ran for 20 seconds after. And now we'll see exactly what's going to happen as Swisher gives it up. I have never seen the official do the drop kick. Why wouldn't it be Revere doing the drop kick right back to him? Typically, it's the other team who does the drop kick back to the goalie. I don't know why the official did it. That's a new one. But for Revere, a massive second half coming. You need to get a point out of this game. If you lose it, you'll be 1-2 playing Twinsburg up next. A massive matchup on the 25th. That then becomes even more of a must-win game. As early on in this season, they have had to do test after test, and it doesn't get any easier. You'll have Aurora on the 8th. You'll have Norton and Copley and Steele in between. But that Aurora game, that's a team who made the Final Four last season in Division III. They know how to win games, and they know how to be competitive. Yes, they lost to Strongsville this season, but that's a really good Strongsville team, as they are another one of those quote-unquote blue bloods in soccer in the Northeast Ohio area. A team that is always good, whether it be boys or girls soccer. They're always in and about the title push. But both teams decided to play really tough schedules. And we'll see how that does impact them when it comes playoff time. Revere getting numbers forward, though, here. Had a great chance to play one inside the 18-yard box, but again, Marlington is able to clear for the time being. And that time it'll be forced further up the pitch, but still with the Minutemen. For them, they just need their equalizer soon. If they can score in the first 10 minutes of this second half, that would be huge for them going forward. You get that goal on the board, you make it 1-1, and then from there it's anybody's game. Even if it does end then in a draw, I think you'd be happy with that based on how this game started and how good Marlington's offense has looked. Again, without that massive save from Kennedy on, I believe, Shannon's shot, then it'd be 2-0 quite convincingly. But instead, it's a 1-goal difference. But this Marlington team is going to bring as much pressure as possible the next 37 minutes and some change. Because they know they can get another on the board. And they will say play on. Near side, Druschel. Haven't really seen the talisman in action all too much today. And the flag will go up. It is going to be a free kick for Revere. So his first action of the second half is to draw a set piece for the Minutemen. And I'm sure this is where they want to put, I would say, a fair amount of numbers forward. Not everybody forward, just based on where this free kick is coming in from. But you want to give Bonacuse a chance. Already 2 assists on the season. That's a team high. Why not help him find his third? Especially with a lot of good pieces in the 18. Plays this one way too shallow. Headed away. As Johnston will let it roll out for a Revere throw. I know Revere is going to play the second half conservatively to an extent. And that's really what we just saw. They could have gone aggressive, just flinging that ball inside the 18 and hoping for the best. They tried developing something. And if they can catch Marlington a little bit off guard with it, they have a chance to find their equalizer relatively soon. Horak dispossessed in the center. It's Shannon. And the double team able to play it out towards the wing. It's him and Jane going for it. And Shannon is able to get his shoulder in there and box out. But nowhere else to go. Jane, a strong challenge. He goes down. Revere able to win it off of Shannon. And they get forward once again. It's Druschel awaiting in the 18-yard box. Beautiful cross in for Druschel. It's off the post. His second chance right to Swisher. That was the perfect setup for Gabe Druschel. Just couldn't put it away. And Marlington, lucky to still have the lead. But that's how Revere catches them off guard. You knew that cross was coming in. Just played it perfectly in front of everybody on that defensive line for Druschel. But for Brock Swisher, I think he is very grateful for the woodwork tonight. It is going to be a late night at the office for Marlington, that's for sure. Time locally, 8:57. This game ended up starting about an hour late at 8 p.m. due to the storms that we had earlier. So we have also been here quite a long time as well. Beautiful cross in, and no one home. Directly to Kennedy. And he wants to have Revere play quickly from the back. Druschel played way too light. It's Tommy Miller. Back out wide for the Dukes. Numbers getting forward with 34:30 left to play. Smith out wide. Goes for Stanilla. This one poked out of play off of Revere. And it'll go for a Duke throw-in. And I'm sure Marlington in really no hurry to get this one in, as they are going to change takers. I don't blame them here. Why would you rush it? This one thrown inside the 18. And quickly back out wide. Stanilla tiptoes the line perfectly. Inside the box, it's Smith, the goal scorer. Now Iden Tate Pokes it top. Siders. Far side for Shannon. Just too heavy on the touch. He's dispossessed. Horak got a piece of it. Shannon gets it back for Aiden Tate. Just over the bar. What a save by Kennedy. Corner Marlington. But David Kennedy's heroics continue. Aiden Tate has been so unlucky this season with those great hits. Yet another perfect strike denied by even better goalkeeping. I mean, this is an unreal save once we get there. Just tips it over the bar. The last-ditch effort, just enough. It'll be Tate to take the corner. Goes back post. Headed on, but well wide. It's out for an easy Revere goal kick. I believe that was Tommy Miller who got a piece. And Revere looks to get off to the races. A quick play out from the back. Druschel played near wing. 3 blue jerseys getting forward along with Druschel. Up the wing, picks up Bingham. And it's flung on a play. Strong defense by Deegan Cowden. It'll go for a Revere throw-in. Working the touchline perfectly on this near side. But still, that Druschel opportunity was about perfect. They just need to find a way to pretty much replicate it. Thrown inside the 18-yard box. At the top, Bingham gets a piece of it. It'll stay with the Minutemen out towards the flank. Druschel pokes this one high. Played down the wing. Johnston cuts it inside the 18-yard box. Plenty of finesse, but right to Swisher. And Swisher is able to punt this one away. Kulkarni up for Horak. And Horak gets taken out. Free kick for Revere. And I wouldn't be surprised to see our 4th card of the game, and we will. Happy Valentine's Day. So many cards. And I don't think we are anywhere near the end of those yellow cards. If not seeing our good old friend the red card at some point. I think we might get one in this game. Every soccer game that we have done so far, I believe we have seen one, I think with the exception of Thursday night. But we have seen plenty of cards here. More than enough for the entire season. But a free kick in a dangerous area for the Minutemen. 31:45 left to play in regulation. To the center of the 18-yard box, loose on the top. Tate able to clear. Kulkarni heading it down. And it'll stay with the Minutemen. Back out wide, goes for Worley. Worley again crosses it in, no one home. It'll go for a Brock Swisher goal kick. But looking at the clock, this one expected to be done at around 9:30. I think both teams just grateful this is not a school night. Especially Marlington making the 48-minute trek back to the side parts of Alliance. The more rural area in comparison to the more city-like atmosphere of downtown Alliance by Mount Union. It's Shannon on the wing. Numbers getting forward along with Kloster in relief. Andy Frederick overruns it, loose in the center of the pitch, no one home. Tate able to keep it with the Dukes. Hoffman to Tommy Miller, playing more as a fullback tonight. More of a midfielder on the day-to-day basis, but today playing as that right back. Stanilla. Smith for Aiden Tate. How to play, Marlington throw. Nice strong challenge by Braden Johnston. But this Marlington team playing a higher line still. But based on their personnel, I would say a more attacking-minded unit. But it's not a bad unit either. It has been a unit that has had a lot of success tonight, but still has to hold up for the next half hour to be victorious. Miller gets a piece of it and shields it for Schumacher. And this could build the attack here. Numbers getting forward. It's Klossner. Headed away by Kulkarni, but it will stay with him. Klossner changing fields, goes for Stanilla. Armani Stanilla chips it inside the 18. Tries to find Riley Shannon. Loose in the 18-yard box. Kennedy falls on it. And Revere again comes up lucky. Where would this team be without David Kennedy tonight? His heroics have single-handedly kept Revere in this game. Man, I love this PA announcer. We need him at more games down in Stark County. Let's make it happen. I also will say he put on music at around 7:15 and was told to turn it off, but his music choice has been very fitting. We heard Prince's Purple Rain during halftime, which of course pretty much took up the whole entire halftime break. No surprise there. But a free kick on the near side from Marlington, and they're going to play this one quickly. Tate cuts it back, has space. Iden Tate deflected out for a corner. Any chance Iden Tate has to take a long shot, he does. That's just who he is as a soccer player. And it has worked out time and time again over the years for the Marlington Dukes. But still looking for his first goal of his senior season. And you know he has it well within his locker to make it happen. It's Iden Tate. Again, crosses this one in loose in the 18-yard box. Headed down. Frederick closest. Can't get there. Cole Carney seals the edge. And we will do it again, this time on the far corner. The more set-piece opportunities Marlington gets, the closer they will get to finding their brace. And I think they will if they get a few more corners. This could also be the corner. And in this case, it'll be Logan Smith to take opposed to Iden Tate. But for the most part, it's Siders and Tate who take the set pieces. Smith plays this one to the center of the 18-yard box and just headed wide by Tommy Miller. Not a bad look for the right back. But he'll have to try it again later. It'll be a Revere goal kick. But in the end, this has turned into a really nice night for some soccer, around 60 degrees outside. On the chillier side, yes, but a lot of that was because of the storms that cooled it down from a really, really hot and brutal Friday night. Again at Byers Field, our press box was more of a pressure cooker. It was terrible up there. It was hot. Always happy to be there, but we need a few more fans. Stanilla misplays it out, and it'll be a throw-in taken quickly. Jacob on the wing. It's Druschel getting forward. Druschel, heavy touch. Schumacher seals, and Swisher will clear. Looking ahead to our next Marlington boys soccer game. It'll be on Tuesday at the Marlington Soccer Complex, 7 p.m. kickoff as Marlington hosts Berlin Highland. So another juggernaut coming into Alliance to take on the Dukes. They play so many good teams. And Revere, of course, no exception, if not the gold standard. But this has been as competitive as we expected it to be. We expected one heck of a game tonight, and, well, we have gotten one heck of a game. 26-25 now on the clock. Marlington getting numbers forward again on the wing. And it'll ping off of Klossner. But I give both teams credit for how they handled the stoppage. Those teams were psyched up, ready to go, thinking they were beginning at 7. They were locked in at 7 to play this game. Didn't get that chance right away. But now, here comes Shannon, and it's saved again by Kennedy. I'll ask the question one more time. Where would Revere be without David Kennedy? But I give both teams credit, going back to my train of thoughts, for coming out here after the delay and still playing a really good back-and-forth game. But Riley Shannon, he nearly had his third goal in as many games this season. Had the better edge of it and just couldn't get it to go. Corner taken, headed wide, whistle blows. And this one will go to Revere. Still 25 minutes left to play. Still anybody's game, but with Marlington up 1-0. That slight advantage won't be too much of an advantage when it's all said and done looking at this game, knowing how Revere finds their opportunities. Heavy touch to the center. Siders. Once again, skies it. I think tried going towards the sideline more than anything. And in the end, Marlington finds it. It's out for a Revere throw-in. But once again, 5 of our 6 games this coming week on SmeeSports will be soccer. 4 OHSAA, 1 NJCAA, that being Tri-C Soccer against Owens on Saturday. But Marlington Southeast Girls Soccer on Monday, Marlington Berlin Highland Boys Soccer on Tuesday, Alliance Louisville Girls Soccer on Wednesday, Alliance Lake Boys Soccer on Thursday, Alliance Worcester Football on Friday, and then again at 2 o'clock on Saturday, Tri-C closes out the week against Owens Community College. It'll be a really fun week, but as always, to stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and TikTok, SmeeSports LLC on Facebook and LinkedIn, and SmeeFist 2024 on Twitter. 24:05 on the clock. Jacob, strong touches on the far side, looking for numbers to get forward. Tries turning the corner, and he will draw the free kick. Another dangerous area for the Minutemen. Looking for that perfect pass to try to draw them level. And it's worth noting, no card that time. There really shouldn't have been, but still, it's worth noting based on how many cards we have seen today and how often we have seen them. Free kick played central, nobody home, headed away, and Marlington is able to clear their lines. Young able to step up, but loses it back to the Dukes. And Smith turns the corner, but just too much behind it. If he had a little bit more space, I think Marlington would have had a really nice counterattack. Frederick, now this is the nice counterattack. Stanilla on the near side. He does stay onside. Numbers getting forward for Marlington. It's Stanilla. He'll play this one inside the 18. And it's cleared away by Revere. But still in a dangerous area for Aiden Tate. He slips as he shoots. That shot coming in from Cowden. Squared across the face of goal. Again, Kennedy, his heroics. Had to boot it away in a hurry. Hung out to dry in between the sticks. But again, just showing his class. Of course, player of the game will go to somebody on the winning team, but if this one ends in a draw, he might get it. Tate, out wide again. Marlington looking dangerous for only a moment. Frederick, out to the wing, mistouched. Colcarney able to pick it up. And he'll play it up the pitch, out of play for a Marlington throw. But as things stand, Logan Smith, the point of difference, the lone goal scorer tonight, with a beautiful chip in the first half. That would be his second goal of the season, 10 in the last 2. Had a really good season a year ago, 8 goals, 13 assists. Kaiser gets way too much behind it. And again, it's out for a Kennedy goal kick. Trying to emulate the kicking from Marlington's 31-6 win over Warrensville Heights last night to begin their football season, 1-0. So a good win for them. Excited to see them in week 4 hosting the Minerva Lions. And the big difference is this time around they will have Cam Evanich. He was out for the season by the time we saw Marlington last year in week 8. But excited to see him back in action. Horak battling on the wing, can't get it cleanly. It's out again for a Marlington throw. 21:15 now left to play in regulation. It's Aiden Tate. Revere back on it. Druschel, heavy touch. Minutemen jerseys getting forward. Nice pass on the wing to Jacob. Jacob taking his time, looking for the cross. Still waiting. Excellent composure from Revere to really play this one out nicely. Jacob cuts it in, forced out of play. And this one will be a Revere corner. But for Jacob, that was excellent composure. I think he thought a few different times he had more than enough to play that cross in. Waited. In the end, didn't find anything he liked. Forces the corner. And Revere, from a set piece, has a chance to draw level with 20 minutes on the clock. At about the hour mark overall in this matchup. It'll be Johnston to take. Plays it back post. Horak gets a head on it. Loose in the 18-yard box. Poke to the top of the box. And back on the feet of Stanilla. And he is off to the races. It's Armani Stanilla. A great solo run. Looking for some help. Crosses this one in. And Revere is able to boot it away. A good recovery by the Minutemen defense. But they have more work to do. It's Aiden Tate for Marlington. Nice ball inside the 18. Marlington able to get a piece of it, squaring it across the face of goal. But I think either way it was out first. but Kennedy had nothing behind him. It would have been just an open goal for Marlington. Their opportunity's still there. They're still making the most of their chances. But against a team like Revere, it would take more than just a masterclass to score more than one. It would take probably a top 2 performance in your season to make it happen. Again, you go back to last year, 1-1 draw, 0-0 draw within 80. Of course, Marlington won that game on pens. But in those 80 minutes of both games, the only goal scored was Aiden Tate on a penalty. Nothing from open play for Marlington in 160 minutes of regulation against Revere in 2025. That's how good this defense is. And they returned a lot of those pieces after that nice challenge from Kilcarney. 1 goal last season as a junior, now a senior. That Logan Smith goal, he should be really proud of that one. Of course, so many great teams on the schedule, but to score against Revere specifically from open play, it's something that hasn't been done in a number of years by this Marlington soccer program. And here comes Revere once again, Druschel on the wing. And a nice challenge, Schumacher takes it away. And he will boot this one back up the pitch. Picking up Stanilla. Great composure by Armani. Plays it central and slid back by Johnston. Nice challenge from him. Revere taking it back with 18 minutes now on the clock. Johnston on the wing. Worley. Druschel making a run, trying to stay onside along with 2 other Minutemen. That time Hoffman couldn't get it cleanly, nearly slipped through, but back to Johnston in the midfield. Goes out wide with it for Worley, and now back to Johnson. And now Worley again on the give and go. Worley shielding off, lays it off behind. Plenty of space here for Druschel. Dispossessed, now at the top of the 18-yard box. Played down low for Horak, but the flag is up for offside. Another good-looking opportunity for Revere, but they will have to try it again. And it looks like the Minuteman who went for it, slow to get up inside the 18-yard box. But in the end is able to get up and jog it off. As we've said a few times, both teams, they have more than enough to grind their teeth, stay in the game for 80, and help their team win. It's 2 of the toughest teams that we will see all season, and that includes football teams. This soccer team, they are gritty, and as gritty as it comes. Keister can't get it cleanly up the pitch now. Revere numbers again getting forward. So many good runs today. Horak poked out of play, last touching the Minutemen. Not a bad run from Max, just couldn't get enough against the defense. And again, Marlington continues to play them goal side. That's why all these runs have been pretty much for naught, except for the one for Druschel that he hit off the post. That was the one time that nobody was anchoring a post, and he was able to get a free hit. In the end, the woodwork and the post had other plans, and then on the ricochet, Swisher easily able to pick it up. And if this game holds the way it is, Swisher would have 3 clean sheets through 3 games. Of course, the one won't officially appear because the other goalie gave up a goal late, but he would go 3 games without allowing a goal, which is ridiculous, especially at this level where we see teams score for fun. But this Marlington team, they have a pro style about them that helps them win so many games. You go back to last season, a really good year, 16-2-4. And those 4 draws came against really good teams. Their losses last season to really good opposition, including CVCA. The other one, I believe, was Warren Howland they lost to. So they'll have a redemption match against on the road in Warren on the 3rd of September. Free kick opportunity here for Marlington. 15-18 left to play in regulation, up 1-0. Looking for another vital 3 points. Strong free kick played in here. Frederick got a boot to it. Not enough to trap it. It goes back to the Minutemen. For only a moment, back now to Marlington. It's Siders. Taking it himself up the pitch. Gliding through the defense. But in the end, dispossessed by Revere. And back to the offense it goes. Horak tries to turn the corner. Can't get it cleanly. Again, strong pressure. Now you look at this team. Cowden playing a little bit more in an attacking area for Marlington, opposed to where he started this game. it shows the fluidity of this team. You also have your striker playing now more of a center back role. This team knows how to play as a system, opposed to as individuals. Worley on the wing, tries to turn the corner. He goes to ground, nothing called. It'll be Marlington throw. And again for the Dukes, they are in no hurry, and nor should they be. You're up 1-0. Don't rush it and give away a good opportunity. And again, it goes right back to Brock Swisher. Make sure you stay tuned with us after our final commercial break as we will announce our CrossFit Strongsville Player of the Game. Great candidates on both ends, but only one player can walk out of here with those honors, and would be, I would say, the final member of our 4-man panel for Player of the Week, which that poll will come out over the next couple of days once we have it all done. Frederick plays it out wide. Marlington using their flanks quite well. Siders gets it up to Smith. In the center, Cowden up the wing. Kulkarni gets a touch, but not a good enough one. It's up the wing for Marlington. Not enough support as Kulkarni gets back and plays it out for a Marlington corner. Excellent composure to stay with it. And in the end, give Revere a chance to set it up. Otherwise, you're looking at a free cross inside the 18, right across the face of goal. And this Marlington team, it would take a lot for them to miss an opportunity like that. But the play tonight has been immense, and that goes down to the coaching of Clayton Calgill in his 10th season and Nick DePompe in his 12th. Both gentlemen, after Calgill won his 100th game against Lake earlier this week, are in the 100-win club at the respective team, which is quite impressive. Druschel will chest down. Siders gets it, but Revere back on the counter. Druschel up the wing, played in. And easily back to Swisher from Schumacher. Kulkarni stepping up now for Revere. Intercepted, a nice strong play back from Frederick as it pings back to Logan Smith, who still is the point of difference tonight for the Marlington Dukes. Again, a good promising attack building. Shannon tries to find Kaiser, can't get it in there. And this one is played out. It'll be a throw. But first, a couple of changes being made. It'll appear to be, I think, 2 for Marlington. And for Revere, they will bring back on Oscar Bingham. Bingham has been a key piece in this game. We saw him more in the first half. But with less than 12 minutes to play, this is where both teams, I think, are going to put their best 11 guys on the pitch and say, this is how we are going to go out. Or, depending on how it works, if there are 5 minutes left and you want somebody else on there, you make the change there and you finish out with your best 11 in the final 5 minutes of the 80. But either way, to finish this one out, we will have the starters in for both teams, no doubts. You are going to have to in a game like this. Of course, the reserves can do their jobs well. But to seal a game, if you're Marlington or for Revere, get a point out of it, you need your best 11 guys in their best 11 form. And who knows, if they score quickly, there could be time enough for a winner. And Revere is back on the attack. Numbers getting forward. Played on the wing. Attempted to find Worley. Couldn't get there. And now it's Kaiser tracking back for it. It is going to go out of play back into the main stands. And it'll go in favor of Revere, as you can see it below us in the bleachers. A really nice vantage point tonight at Revere at Joe Papano Stadium in Richfield. Graham dribbling through this Marlington defense. Plenty of poise from him. And he has it taken off his boots. Another strong tackle from this Marlington team as they continue to impress defensively. Again, that was Tommy Miller. And now Schumacher boots it up the pitch. I think Revere is going to go ultra attacking in the next 10 minutes. I think for now, based on their shape, it's still a 4-back. I think they will go to a 3 at some point. I think the odd man out is going to be Kulkarni. You'll have him as more of a tracking back midfielder. I think you'll move him in from right back. You'll play him more as a center midfielder, not a defensive mid, not an attacking mid, just kind of in limbo, and have his work rate go box to box. That's the set that I would say for Revere would be their best opportunity if they were to drop from their 4 to a 3-back. But again, I don't know their system. I don't know how they think they can play. And it's all up to Coach D. Pompey and whatever he has drawn up in practice this season. You don't want to really waver from the game plan in game number 3. Now, after this game, you can make some changes before the big games coming up. But for now, stay true to the game plan, as this one is a foul on Frederick. And he is lucky. Already on a yellow. If we saw the X come up, he was sent off. That is way too close for comfort for Marlington. You can't have that challenge there. And again, the first yellow was on the weaker side. That would have been a terrible way to get the red card. Now for Revere, they would have been laughing. They'd have loved it. But still work to do for them. Graham on the wing. Has the space. He'll play this one inside the 18-yard box. Just too strong. A good run from Max Horak. Couldn't find his boots. And it's out for a Brock Swisher goal kick. Down to 8:35 on the clock in regulation. What a finish this is going to be at Richfield. Two great outfits in Northeast Ohio. The Marlington Dukes and the Revere Minutemen. 1-0 Marlington, courtesy of Logan Smith. Is that how this one finishes? Stanilla. Played in, trying to trap it. Revere gets it back yet again. 8:10 now left to play. This Revere team has tried many different things today. Nothing has found them the success they want. Druschel on the near side making a nice run. Revere just trying to find a way to get it to him. And that's their way. Miller intercepts it though. But you saw that run developing. You needed to find him a few moments earlier. And you would have had a great chance to play him on. Instead, it's a Tommy Miller throw-in. And Marlington, they have the numbers to try and close this one out. But back to Revere it goes. Strong touch. Smith for Marlington. As things stand, the hero tonight, Frederick up the pitch. Kennedy off his line, picks it up for Revere. And the Minutemen will play out from the back. Druschel. Beautiful pass up, Bingham. Numbers hitting forward here. And a pivotal deflection for Marlington. That's Hoffman, I believe. And he just overplays Kaiser. But that was a huge call to step up and make that tackle happen. Quick throw in. Druschel. Ball rolling near the touchline. Turns the corner. And it is going to go out. And now I believe we will see a substitution for the Marlington Dukes. And we'll see who that is coming in. I think this is going to be more of a defensive change. But I could be wrong. And it will be Kaiser comes out. And there's a chance that's Cowden. Hard to tell from this angle. But 6:30 on the clock in regulation. Back to Revere it goes. Frederick skies it up the pitch. Graham. On the near side, just too much on the touch. Young can't keep it in. It'll be an Armani Stanilla throw-in for the Marlington Dukes. As well, before this broadcast is over, I do want to thank Revere Athletics for allowing us to come in and broadcast today's game. Beautiful stadium, great crew here. Always happy to come up here to Richfield, a beautiful venue, a lot of beautiful facilities for their athletic teams. And of course, we wish them the best of luck going forward from this game. And who knows? Depending on how the playoff draw works out, we could see the Minutemen once again in October or November. Wouldn't be surprised to see that be the case. As for Marlington, once again, we'll see their boys team again on Tuesday against Berlin Highland. And for the first time this season, we will see their girls team against Southeast Ravenna at 6 on Monday. Games Monday through Saturday this coming week here on SmeeSports. 5 soccer, 1 football. So I guess 6 football/football? It'll count. Marlington will throw this one inside the 18-yard box. Tate leaves it off for Shannon. Up the wing. Beautiful through ball for Miller. He has the time. Plays it across the face of goal. No one home. Logan Smith was going for his brace. Just couldn't get there quick enough. But the pass was there from Tommy Miller. 1 assist this year. Had 3 last year. And he started this game from a right back position. Again, will finish the game in the right back position. More of a midfielder for this team. But tonight, based on necessity, moved to that right back spot and has played quite well. More of a wingback, kind of like a Ashraf Hakimi for PSG and Morocco. But his work rate is excellent up and down the pitch. Also like a younger Bale or a current Pat Dorgu, who is on my naughty list for Man U based on how he played today. Shannon driving inside the 18 to the top of the box. Identite crosses it. No one home, back post. Well, to be fair, all 11 Man U starters today I'm not too happy with after that game. Except Lamans. He did okay. It's just his defense, especially Aiden Heaven, let him down. Unfortunate. We'll go again next week. Bingham. 4:05 on the clock as Identite plays this one out. He'll be off of Revere, so a throw in for the Dukes. And again, they are in no hurry. They want to close out this 1-0 victory, and you really cannot blame them. Tate gets ahead on it. Numbers getting forward. Stanilla turns the corner. Up to Shannon. Has the space fighting for possession. Can't get there quick enough as Eiler plays it towards the corner flag. And Revere needs to get this one away quickly. If not, Marlington might just reside by the flag for as long as they can. Bingham up the wing. Too strong. And just kept alive, but it goes right back to the Dukes. And now back to Revere. And now back to Marlington on the pinball. Really the first time we've gone back and forth that rapidly tonight. Beautiful cross on the near side for Revere. But just too strong. An excellent clearance again by Tommy Miller. Based on the way he has played in the last 10 minutes, his legs have to be dead. But somehow, in some way, is grinding out this result for Marlington. And they are 3 minutes away from making it happen. It's Graham. Intercepted by Tommy Miller to Stanilla now. And off the wing right back to Revere it goes. Worley. Can he get there? Not quite. Schumacher seals it off. And it'll be a Marlington throw-in. Again, stick with us for our player of the game presentation after our final commercial break, presented by CrossFit Strongsville. Definitely a good amount of candidates for that award on this Marlington team. And Revere if they are able to draw level. Graham off the official back to Marlington. Whistle dead. And it will go to Revere. I get why, but that was such a wayward pass. It was going to Marlington, but you have to play the rules here. And by the rules, Revere gets a dangerous free kick. You have to take advantage of this. You are probably not going to get a better look than this in the final 2 minutes. And here it is. Johnston played inside the 18, but right to Brock Swisher. And he will boot this one away in a hurry. Has he ever considered punting for the football team? He should. I mean, that is one heck of a boot. But of course, Coach Calca, glad to have him all to himself on this soccer team over the past 4 years, has become a Stark County soccer legend. And his name, for all of eternity after his time is done at Marlington, will be up in lights. Stanilla. Final 90 seconds of the 80. Johnson up the wing. Revere knows it's go time. It's boom or bust. Druschel able to get it off of Schumacher. Numbers getting forward, but too heavy of a touch. Cleared away by the Dukes. Smith in the midfield. 1:10 left to go. And Smith picks it up yet again for Marlington. The Dukes getting forward once again. Can they find the brace to close this one out? It's Shannon at the top of the box. A great challenge from Revere. They get it back as we enter the final minute of the 80. But Marlington will get a throw in, and again, they will be in no hurry to take it. The Dukes looking to improve to 3-0, but they will have to wait. The clock, it's supposed to stop. They get it at 41. I believe it should have been stopped at 43. So 2 seconds gone. And Marlington will throw. Final 40 seconds of regulation. They let this one go. And the ball boys look for the assist. They get it quickly to Kennedy. 30 seconds left to play. All systems go for this Revere team. But Marlington gets it back for a second. That'll slow them down a little bit. Frederick misplays. Now 20 seconds on the clock. Whistle blows. It points the other way. And the clock is going to continue. It's a foul on the Minutemen. And that might be enough to seal it. All you have to do is boot this one away. That's what they're going to do. Schumacher plays it away. And this one is over. Marlington rolls into Richfield. They make amends for last year in 80. This time they get the 1-0 win courtesy of Logan Smith. They got the win in the postseason last year, but a 0-0 draw in the 80. They didn't score from open play last year at all in 2 meetings with Revere. This time they get it done. And on a day that they had to wait an extra hour, they were antsy in the locker room. They wanted their opportunity, and they made the most of it. When we return, we will announce our player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville as you are watching OHSAA Soccer on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts. Welcome back to Revere High School. A wonderful game all the way around. A back and forth affair, but in the end, Marlington gets the win 1-0 over Revere, improving to 3-0 on the season. Your player of the game, presented by CrossFit Strongsville, of course, goes to the goal scorer, Logan Smith. A great chip over David Kennedy. Had a great day, but allowed 1 goal in the end. And Smith, for the first time in at least 2 years, scores an open play goal for the Marlington Dukes against Revere. Again, last year, you look at that game, 1-1, Tate's penalty. The only reason why it was a draw, then in the postseason, 0-0 through 80, Marlington on penalties got the win. But this could be the changing of the guard, so to speak, for Marlington. They go back to years past where Revere dominated them. They get this win. They're 3-0, and their gauntlet continues. They have Berlin Highland coming in on Tuesday, which we will be there for that game. It'll be a massive matchup. You win that game, you're 4-0, and you beat 3 teams at least who I would expect to be competing for a regional title this season, if not a state championship, in Poland, Revere, and then Berlin Highland. Those 3 teams are going to be great. I think Lake is making improvements and going in the right direction where they can compete and potentially win a few playoff games this year. That remains yet to be seen, but they're going in the right direction as well, and Marlington beat them by 5 goals. I believe it was 6-0 at the half, so already you look at that game, all right, the starters were pulled at halftime. It could have been a lot worse than 6-1 for them. When Lake scored, Brock was already out of the game. So you put all that together, this Marlington team is special. We talked about last year's group. That team was special in its own right, but this year's team, so much talent top to bottom. It'll be exciting to see what they can do going forward. And again, we'll keep saying it until we're either proven right or wrong. This team their aspirations of winning a state title, they might not be aspirations. They might be a likely outcome for a really talented soccer team. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and TikTok, SmeeSports LLC on Facebook and LinkedIn, and SmeeFest 2024 on Twitter. As well, go down below and subscribe. While there is no added cost, it greatly helps out all that we do here at SmeeSports as we cover the best of the Cleveland and Stark County areas. We'll close out with Marlington on the screen. A really good performance for them all the way around as they pick up the 3 points. But this is Nathan Smee signing off from Revere High School once again. Thank you to Revere for allowing us to broadcast tonight's game here in Richfield. But you have been watching OHSAA Soccer on SmeeSports in partnership with Skyward Studios as this one finishes Marlington 1, Revere 0.